Alright guys, we're going to do something fascinating here. We're going to show you how to locate a misfire on a vehicle that has an ignition coil. This vehicle has one coil that has ignition wires going to all cylinders. Now, how do you know whether it's a spark plug, an injector, or one of the wires, or the coil, or even one of the drivers coming from the computer itself? Very simple test using the Autel AL539, yeah, buddy B. Alright, so let's get right to it. The first thing you want to do is look up a wiring diagram on your system. And what this is right here is the 2000 Mercury Cougar, and probably Fords and all vehicles that have one coil that powers all cylinders will be the same. You're going to have a series of wires, and you're going to have one wire that's the hot for that. That's the 12 volts. The other wires is triggered ground from the ECM. You don't really care about that right now. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start this vehicle up and show you that the car is running good. Alright, perfect running engine, no misfires at all. Alright, so we'll shut it off. Okay, you got your Autel, you got AL539B. The first thing you want to do is locate the fuse that goes to that. We looked that up. It's under this box over here, and it is a 20 amp fuse. Now, the next thing you're going to have to get is your fuse eliminators, and you're going to need some test leads. We're going to go over that in 1 minute. So, first of all, our fuse is right here. So, we're going to pull that out and get our eliminators. Alright, now the test leads that come with your AL539B is regular standard test leads look like this. They're not bad, they do the job, but to get into this kind of work, you're going to need a little something different. So put those to the side, you're not going to need those. What I like to get, and I want you to do, what you guys do, is find a test lead set that has a banana clip end on each end. So that way, this kit I got also comes with alligator clips, which we're going to use. It also comes with piercing probes for piercing to wires, and it comes with the regular pointed ones. Now for this test, you're going to need the alligator. Well, you can use those also, but having the alligator clips ones is going to make things a whole lot easier. Now you're going to take your fuse eliminator. You can, if your fuse is easy to get to, you're not going to need extension wires. Dang it. I put extension wires on mine, and I labeled it positive and negative. Now you can put it either way you want. What's going to happen is, if you got reverse polarity, your waveform is going to come out opposite. Instead of like reading 12 volts, it might read negative 12 volts because you got it reversed. So if it does, you're just going to have to switch them around. So what you're going to do, oh, I didn't even take out the fuse yet. Damn, what the heck, man. Pop that fuse out. Put that eliminator in place. Okay. Let's get these, and you want to make sure these are separated. Now the test you're about to do is going to require this. The AL539 or the AL539B is going to serve as a fuse, so you want to make sure these don't touch. If they touch and you blow the unit up and the part don't work, you got to take it apart, and there is a fuse inside you just got to replace. And we will have a video on that.
If you blow it up, you're going to have to do more than change a fuse.
Well, for this part you do, but the other part, what I messed up on the other one is...
No, but you said if you blow it up.
Oh, well, what I meant, blow the fuse up. So, put this aside. Let me put those, put these down, and put the fuse down. Then we continue on. All right, now what you want to do on all tests, one of them's going to be the black. That's the common ground. That's the ground. That one always going to be there. The other side, usually it would go over here to volts, but it's not going to go over there to volts this time. This time, it's going to go over to the amps, the 20 amp max. Put it over there. Now what you just did is, as I said, there's a fuse inside, so you actually just connected this to each side of that fuse. Then you want to take your test leads and hook them up to each wire. And this is why I like the alligator clips. Again, make sure this thing, like this is a little bit close to ground, make sure it's away from ground. And this one also, even though it's black, it's still going over there. Alright, now you're ready. If I go to try to start the car right now, it will not start. You still have to cut this on and go to a particular setting. So what I'm going to do here is, let me set this up. Is that good? Oh, let me cut it on.
No, you go ahead and then, yeah, I'll arrange it.
Is there any glare on that? Anything? It's good? Alright. So you want to go down to multimeter. Now then you want to scroll down. This is auto. This is volts on DC voltage. That's AC voltage. You don't need none of that. You want to go down here to the 20 amp scale. And once you go down to that right there, you now have activated that fuse. Now we're going to start it up. Now, and what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take these just to show you, in case you have the fuse reverse polarity or this polarity. Right from here, I can do it. I'm going to just reverse those two. Now I'm going to start the car up and watch what pattern you get. You see that pattern right there? That's below voltage. That's below the zero. So it's like reverse. So I'm going to shut it off. Turn these back to the way they're supposed to be. Start it up. There you go. That's what you want. That is perfect. Now what you're seeing right now is the driver from the ECM driving to each coil and then shutting it down. It sparks it up, bring it up to spark it, and then shut it down. You're actually seeing that on each individual cylinder. Now if you have a little bit of problem here, what you do is pay attention to your amperage. Minimum is 0.2, that's bringing it down close to 0 amps. Then it ramps it right up to 7 amps. Now, if there's an opening in there, those amps will be actually higher. But we are definitely good. So, and you might be saying, all right, Tim, that's cool and all. It's showing me the, it's actually showing me that the ignition coil is good, the computer is good, and the driver inside the computer is good. But what happens, what is it going to show me if I have a problem? That is a good question. Now, this is what I'm going to show you guys. Now, I'm going to mimic a short. I got a wire here. Now over here, I am actually tapped into that wire right here. That's the positive. That's what's feeding the coil. This one right here, these three right here, all three is coming from the computer. The computer is pulsing a ground. Why is there 3 wires? Being that this is a 6-cylinder, you have 1 wire for each coil. Each section of the coil is firing 2 cylinders. That's why you have 3. So what happens if it's shorted? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this, hook into one of the wires, one of the coils, one of the driver wires. Make sure I'm in there. Now, being that's ground and you got hot over here, you don't want to touch ground. You actually want to ground this out to something 12 volts positive. So what we're going to do is is go over here. Now watch what happens when I touch this. The car's gonna have a misfire. Oops. Let me hold on here. Oh man, come on. Let me see now. Okay. Car's gonna have a misfire. Now let's watch our pattern. Right now we know the engine is running great. We have points up there. Actually, if I was to slow that down, well, you can't slow it down, it would show 6 points. Now, by grounding this out, I'm grounding out one driver, which means it will affect 2 cylinders. It just happened because this just touched down to there, but touch it. Look at that. Look at that. It's actually 4 now. You see, even though you see 5 and it's moving around, but you're actually looking at 4 cylinders right now. That means I have a bad driver coming from the computer, and we know we do because we're actually grounding it out. I take it off. Look what happens. Go right back into place. All right, let me get this disconnected, and then we're gonna go over again what we just did. All right, guys, there you go. A quick way to diagnose a misfire. Now, what I like about this test, it cuts down on a lot of diagnostic or a lot of unnecessary tests, because just that simple test tells you my computer is doing its job. The wiring, no shorting in the wiring. My coil is doing its job. The drivers, the MOSFET inside the computer is doing its job. Also, I know that my injectors are good because it would be a different kind of pattern altogether. Now I got to determine whether it's my wires or my spark plugs, and we do have a test for that. Now you guys want to definitely pay attention to the upcoming videos because we're going to show you how to check the ignition system a different way using a current probe, and we're going to show you a different method of how to test an ignition system that has coil on plugs. You got separate coils for each cylinder. So I hope you enjoyed this test. Take care.